Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm back with another review and I'll be talking about the NYX Stay Matte But Not Flat foundation. Well, this is basically a liquid foundation specially designed for oily skin because it's oil-free, it's water-based, it has full coverage, it's mineral enriched, and it has matte finish. And I am a lover of matte foundations, and they had 30 different colors and shades to choose from, and my shade is medium beige. All these 30 shades come with different undertones, so there's definitely a possibility that you'll find your perfect match. So the price I paid for this was 11 Swiss francs, and there's 35 ml of the product. The product comes directly in this. It was like packed in a plastic outside, which you can just tear open, but otherwise it doesn't really come in a cardboard box or something. It's just the tube, and there's a nozzle from where you can squeeze out the product. Talking about the consistency of the product, it's not very watery and it's not very thick, but the consistency is just perfect to spread it on your face. Now I have used this product today with just my fingers because I wanted to show how easy it is to blend this foundation. It has a very decent coverage. I have not used any concealer today because it did cover my dark circles and even my acne scars. So I have not used concealer whatsoever. It's just the foundation on my face, and then of course I did some makeup. I had to bake my face a little bit because I'm habitual to it. I bought this in summer and it was like the perfect time to try this product out because it is supposed to be oil-free and matte and all of those things. And I must say I did wear it for one entire day. At the end of the day I did notice that it was cracking by the corner of my nose. Otherwise I didn't really have like a very oily face at that moment, but I did travel a lot during that day. So I was out in the city, I was walking a lot. It did perform decently throughout the day. So I would say that it's a long lasting or a long wear foundation, but you might need touch-ups, or you might need some blotting paper or some loose powder or some compact powder with you if you're planning to wear this throughout the day. It doesn't really have a fragrance or a smell, so I would say that there is nothing which you would notice if you have a sensitive nose. It doesn't really have any strong smell. The coverage could be much better if I would be using a beauty blender. So the first time I used it with a beauty blender and the coverage was amazing. Of course it settles to matte, it doesn't really feel oily. And otherwise I have used this with a makeup brush. Again, it was a flawless application. But then today I wanted to try out with just my fingers, and I must say that it's done a decent job, and I think I'm going to use this foundation only with my fingers because talking about the quantity, it's not really that much, and I have after a long time found a foundation which matches very much and it's very similar to my skin tone. And also when you use a beauty blender you end up wasting a lot of foundation because it soaks in a lot of product, but it's not really that difficult to apply, and it just applies very smoothly, very flawlessly. So I'm gonna just use my fingers for this one. Summing up the pros and cons very quickly, what I love about this foundation is you have 30 different shades to select from with different undertones, so you'll definitely get your perfect match. I would say that it's a long wear foundation and I would recommend it for oily skin. It didn't really break me out. I didn't really notice any irritation on the skin. It doesn't have any smell or any fragrance, so it's just perfect for the sensitive nose. I find the consistency very wonderful, and it's also the consistency makes it much easier to apply, so it's not streaky, and it's a very easy application. So even if you're a person who is just a beginner in makeup and doesn't want to use a beauty blender or a makeup brush and all those fancy things, you can just use your finger with this foundation. What I didn't really like about the foundation, I would say I didn't really find the packaging that attractive, but paying 11 francs for this amount is also not, I wouldn't really call it a cheap foundation because you still have other drugstore foundations which are much cheaper, but I think the packaging could be a little attractive, but that doesn't really count as a con considering all the benefit or all the good side of the foundation. If you have extremely oily skin, then I don't really think that this would last you the entire day, but it does perform decently. Well, I don't really have a very oily skin, I have more like a combination skin type, and it did perform decently, so I could wear this throughout the day. But on very hot summer days or when I know that I'll be exerting a lot, I think I would just carry a compact with me or carry some blotting papers, some oil blotting papers with me when I'm wearing this foundation. So that was all about the NYX Stay Matte but Not Flat foundation. I hope you guys liked this video and found it useful, and if you did, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. I'm gonna see you all soon with a new video. Lots of love.